Welcome to Fresh Music Flavor, the new sound of gospel. I myself, Shashisha, today. We have an amazing gospel artist in the house. I will let her introduce herself. Who do we have in the house tonight?
Hey guys, so it's Adegail. I'm
Hi.
a singer, songwriter. I'm happy to be here.
Oh, hi, Adegail. We're happy to have you in the house. Right. Before we get into our little bit of FMF meet, I want to ask you if it is possible for you to give us a little CV, a little bio about yourself. Who is Adegail? Where is Adegail from? Can you give us a little CV, a little bio about yourself?
Yeah. So, as I said, so I'm a singer-songwriter. I'm based in England, which is very, very wide. I basically grew up in the music sort of field. I was leading at church from the age of 18. I started writing spoken word, and now I write songs.
Okay.
And I'm also a YouTuber. I'm on social media. Before I released my first single, I released around 75 covers and remixes. So I'm really on it when it comes to music, and I really just love music. I love God, love leading worship, and that kind of has influenced where I am today.
Oh, wow. So, guys, you have heard it. She's not just a singer, but she's also a songwriter as well as a YouTuber as well. Wow, you're multi-talented.
Thank you.
Right. Adegail, can you just tell us? You said you are from England. Whereabouts in England are you from? Where are you originally from? Can you tell us?
Mm-hmm. So I'm in London, so the capital and the central bit. Originally, as in parents, Nigerian.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, Nigerian, but born here, raised here. But again, my Nigerian roots definitely influence even my music to a degree. So yeah.
Wow. Have you always, grown up in a Christian home, or has it just been now, or tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah. So I was blessed to be raised in a Christian home. Both my parents are Christians.
Okay.
So they raised us basically in church. The Bible was taught at home. I think even if you have that sort of experience, you have to still find your faith for yourself. And I didn't really find that properly until, I guess, teenage years. I got baptized pretty early. And then at university was when I truly started, I guess, owning my faith for myself and just understanding what exactly do I believe. And not just my parents' faith, but my actual faith myself. So yeah, university was definitely the pivotal moment for me in terms of my Christianity.
Okay, so how long ago was that?
Oh, revealing my age. University.
No, you don't have to say, but I just want to know how long, because obviously you said you got baptized as well, and you realize at university that, you know what, this is what you need to do. You need to give your life to Christ and walk by his faith. So I just want to know roughly how long ago has it been? Is it 5 years, 6 years?
In terms of being baptized, that was over a decade ago.
Okay.
And in terms of university, it's been since I started there, 7, 8 years? 7?
Okay.
Something like that, yeah.
Okay, so guys, you have heard she's been baptized over a decade, and her walking in faith has been over 7, 8 years, like she said. Right, can you just tell me a little bit about what you do in terms of your music? What do you do in terms of your music, in terms of your genre, in terms of everything else? What do you do?
Yeah, so I guess I make congregational music, so music for the church predominantly, so praise and worship. So it may not be this typical sound, but it is catered for the church. So I just write songs, release them. I help to arrange them. Is that what you mean?
are these based in church? Is it in church that you do all of this? Because obviously you've just said that you arrange as well. Is it in church as well, or is it like your everyday?
Oh, no. So it's not my everyday. It's almost like a part-time job I have.
Ah,
Arrange, because it's a lot of work. But yeah, it's
yeah.
not just in church when I do it. Studio and working with other people and stuff like that. I had a live recording in 2019, which was where I recorded some of the visuals for my songs. And that was a whole journey in itself too. A whole band and producer, audience, lights, all of that stuff. It was a lot, but yeah, that's part of what I do because I organize events as well. So that kind of came up with that bracket of event
Is it
organization.
gospel events that do you organize? Is it gospel or is it a mixture? It is a gospel event. Oh wow, okay, interesting. Right, just quickly, why have you chosen gospel? Because you know what, at this present moment, so many people are so, I don't know, I don't want to say diverse, but we are diverse as well, regardless, because obviously our music or our FMF meets touches every soul and every background. So we are versatile. But I just want to know, why have you chosen to do gospel?
That's a good question. I think for me, it wasn't necessarily a choice per se. I think I always knew it would be Christian. In terms of the actual genre of it, that more came through just my writing process. So before I couldn't write songs. I legit just couldn't. And then there was a period of time, I don't know, I think I just went through a lot, and then I just suddenly started writing all these songs, and they all came out in a sort of gospel sounding, church sounding way. And I think because I'm a worship leader, it kind of led through that. So the songs that I grew up to, I lead at church, I think that just influenced how I write. And so, I knew it would be Christian, but I didn't really know that it would be in this particular genre. But yeah, just due to the way I sing even, and when I lead worship and my style, it just fit into the gospel realm.
Wow.
There I am today.
Wow. In terms of you coming out and bringing out your musics and everything, what are the challenges that you have faced as a gospel artist? It could be in the community, and also it could also be, in the gospel scene here in the UK itself, and as well as in Nigeria, because obviously your Nigerian background. So what are the challenges that you have faced as an artist?
It's a packed question. There's been so many, I'm not gonna lie.
Wow.
Yeah, there's been a lot. I think so. Again, going back to the event organization, so it's called I Radiate. So the reason why I started it actually was because I was just noticing so many challenges in the UK industry, and I wanted to kind of provide events and even workshops to equip other gospel artists because of the problems. So for me, some of those issues were like platforms, not being enough platforms for people who were so talented, and they wanted to share their music, but they kind of didn't have the space to, or they were overlooked. I guess other issues could be just affordability. So depending on the genre you're in, it could be super expensive. I'm in a genre where everything's live, and so everything is a lot. And so a lot of people can't even afford to make the music they want to because they can't afford it. And so I guess just equipping people with the knowledge of that has also helped me to just learn more about music. Just there's clicks. I mean, there's so many things that I could say about, but like the industry it's definitely great. It's a blessing, but there's definitely room for improvement. So I just, instead of like complaining, I guess what I aim to do is just kind of be the change I want to see through my music and through my events too, and get people who know what they are doing and kind of get them to teach the artists that are coming besides me, before me, and even after me, those sort of lessons.
Wow. I mean, you answered my next question that I wanted to ask you, was more about, the gospel scene here itself, in the UK. Do you feel that they are supportive? How do you see the gospel scene here in the UK? But you have incorporated both of that in one question. But I mean, in terms of, your latest track, talk to me a little bit about your latest track.
So I released a song called Strength. So that is quite a big song for me. It's quite different for me too. It's, I would say, a praise song. It talks about basically God being our strength. I know we've just come out of a pandemic. We're still kind of coming out of it, and just I've gone through a lot in the past few years, and I know God's strength has been needed for every single person, every single Christian. And so this song basically talks about the fact that, you know, it's almost like a declaration of our reality in Christ. Like, even if we go through trials, even if we go through difficulties, God is still our strength. And so the song talks about, you know, God being our strength, our joy, our peace. And it's almost, I think someone described it as like a daily affirmation song, which I love, because it's a way that even if you're going through something bad, this is a pick-me-up type of song. And so, yeah, I really had fun writing it. And
was this song, when you was writing it, was it during the pandemic? Because obviously you've said that, you know, us coming out of the pandemic and everything, this song talks a lot more about it as well. Was this written during the pandemic?
Good question. So
Yeah.
So no, it actually wasn't. But part of it was because the recording process kind of spanned over about 4 years. We did like the lead, I know, right? The lead vocals. So like some of the ad-libs I'm singing was during the pandemic. So the song was finished in the pandemic and it was started before the pandemic. Yeah.
It's crazy because, you know, the song itself is called Strength. And, you know, you saying that this song has taken over 4 years and you went through the pandemic, and then obviously having to release it, you know, after that is crazy, because God already spoke to you about this song beforehand, before we actually even faced the crazy pandemic. You don't understand how of an impact this song has, you know, having to hear you say that. And I'm like, hold on, you know, automatically I would think, oh yeah, this song has probably, you know, been written while during the pandemic and everything. Obviously you must have faced so many things, but hold on, it wasn't. It was written before that. You know, God speaks to us in a mysterious way. It's mad. It's really crazy.
Even for me.
But is it crazy for you? I'm sure you must get this a lot, where people are like, oh, did you write this during the pandemic? Or do you get that a lot?
Yeah, I think people, they ask, when did I write the song? Because it suits, I guess, this pandemic experience so much. People get shocked that, oh, you wrote it so long ago, but it makes so much sense now. And I think it's like what you're saying about God knows. I don't know, God sees everything. He knows it was going to happen, and he knows that it would suit this time. And so I just thank God that I'm able to release it at such a relevant time. Yeah,
I know. But I can ask you, why have you chosen to release it around this time? Any reason in particular?
I think it was a few things. I wasn't sure if I wanted to actually release it this year. I was thinking next year, but I think just due to like even stuff I went in my own personal life of just different things, different hardships and stuff. I just felt God was actually just making it very obvious that this is the time to release it, not just because what I'm coming out of, but because of what the world is coming out of. And so it just made sense, and almost like God didn't let me rest. Like I really wanted to just kind of run away from just releasing it at all this year, but I really did feel that, you know, God was making it quite clear that release it now. And I've actually been seeing the fruits of that since it came out, so I'm really grateful that I listened.
Wow, that is so good. Oh my God, it's such amazing just to hear. You know, God has literally been telling you, you know what, Adegail, you have to release this song. It's now or it's never. I mean, can you just tell us, what do we expect to see from you after, obviously you have released this song already, but what do we expect from Adegail?
That's a great question. You know what, I get this question a lot, and sometimes like, what do I say? I think watch this space, that I can say. I think for me it just depends on the timing of everything, but there is going to be more music. I know a lot of people have been asking for EPs, albums and all that stuff, so watch this space. There'll be more songs. I did record a few songs at the live recording, and so there's a few in the bag, and maybe more stuff, more events and things like that. So I'm excited.
So do we have maybe an album that's probably going to come out maybe sometime next year?
Oh, that's a big question. Watch this space. Watch this space. I think we'll have to
I
see.
can't be watching the
Maybe
space. I need you to tell
I
me. I
know,
need
I
you to
know, I
tell
know,
me.
I know. A lot of people ask me that. We'll see. I think things are definitely in the mix. It may not be as big as an album, but there will be multiple songs by God's grace out next year. So whether that's an album or EP or just more singles, I'm not sure yet. But I mean, the way that God kind of nudged me at this time, I know He'll do it next year, and I'll release the right things at the right time. So
wow. Right. Do you know what, Adegail? Let's just switch it up a little bit, okay? I'm sure our listeners are waiting as well. I want to know what top 3 artists has inspired Adegail to do what she's good at in terms of your music. I need 3 gospel artists that you have said to yourself, do you know what? I want to be singing like them, or I want to be performing like them, or I want to be, writing my own music like them. It has to be top 3 gospel artists that has inspired you. Top 3.
Top 3.
It can be any
Mali
any
Music.
background.
Any background. Okay, I'll say Mali Music. He's very unique. He has a really unique voice, and he plays instruments too, and he's just himself. So I think I've followed him for so long, and I've been a fan for a really long time. So he's definitely inspired me as an artist, and just being unique, because he's very, very unique. Gospel. I mean, I don't know, it's a bit controversial, but Tori Kelly, so she's really gospel album. She's, in a different space. She's a Christian, and because she plays the guitar, and I do too, and I grew up watching her and just being inspired by how talented she is, and just really humble. And I think, just seeing, I guess, an introvert being out there and doing her thing and being so talented and so excellent at it has really inspired me to kind of follow that same sort of path. And then lastly, there's so many. Top 3. I would say I'll just say Tasha Cobbs. She is a powerhouse. Watching her, listen to how she ad-libs and how she just owns the stage, and she's such a worshiper, I think that's really inspired me even to this day.
Wow. Well, I'm actually quite shocked, because you've just mentioned something. You've just said that you play an instrument. Well, you play the guitar, right? Or maybe there's more instruments that you play it too. What other things do you play?
I wouldn't even class the piano. My skills aren't good enough, but I can play basic piano.
You can play
very basic, but let's just think I'm a guitarist.
You're a guitarist, yeah. I wish I knew this earlier, because I would have said, you know what, Adegail, I need you to do a little something for us. But
my guitar's
maybe next time. But you know what, can you give me your top gospel song, 3 top gospel songs that you have been playing on repeat? It could be yours, it could be any other artist, but the top 3 gospel songs that you have been playing 24/7 that you can't go by without playing the songs. Top 3.
Okay, there's definitely one that I rarely skip. So My Worship by Phil Thompson is like one of the songs of my heart. I pretty much won't skip that song. And it's actually, he's one of the people that inspires the way I write too. Another song is called All I Have to Give by Mali Music. So when I say I've been listening to him, I love that song so much. And final
one more
song. I actually will say Live For You. Not that I rinse it or repeat it that much, but just because it's almost like a sound. So that's my first song. It's basically my life in a song. of just kind of saying out to live for God, and no matter what it looks like, no matter what it feels like, no matter what it sounds like, I'll worship you. And I think those lyrics are so potent to me, and it literally summarizes where I am and my ministry. So I would say that has to be up there.
Wow. Can I ask as well?
Yeah.
Your kind of music, I mean, in terms of your genre, who do you cater for? Is it strictly gospel, strictly Christian, or is it a wider range? Because we do get people coming in and say, do you know what, Shishisha, I don't just cater for Christian, I cater for the wider range, meaning that I want to touch more soul, I want to reach more souls, or I want to win more souls. So who do you cater for? Who does Adegail cater for?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think for me, even though I write these songs and they're meant to be sung in church, thankfully to God, like they've actually been reaching people. Even I have like Muslim friends who've listened to it and loved it. I have people who don't even believe in God that listen to it and love it. And so I guess being a Christian, the goal is to, win souls and to spread the gospel. And I do hope that anyone can listen to it and anyone can take it in, and it will hopefully just point them back to Jesus, which is definitely the point of what I do. So yeah, it's written to be and sung in church, but it's definitely impacting people outside of the church, which is definitely amazing.
Wow. Right, guys, I'm gonna ask Adegail to actually introduce her song, because I know you guys have been waiting and you've been saying, you know what, we are hearing a lot about Adegail, but we want to know about her song. Now, Adegail, could you please introduce your latest track on FMF, please?
Hey guys, so it's Adegail here, and I'm really excited to introduce my second single, which is called Strength. And I hope as you listen, it will uplift you and just show you that God is truly our strength, no matter what you go through.
You
That was amazing. I cannot believe I had goosebumps having to listen to that song. I mean, I'm sure our listeners have had goosebumps listening to the song as well. And having to hear the story behind it is unbelievable. Now, Adegail, can you just tell us, where can our listeners find you? Where can they get your music? Where can they find you?
You can find me on any streaming platform or social media platform. Adegail, so Adegail. That's just one name, and I'm pretty much everywhere. Spotify, YouTube, all of that.
Right. So, guys, you have heard it. She is everywhere. So, you can catch her on all social media, and also you can get her music on Spotify, you said, right?
Yeah. Spotify,
Okay.
iTunes, Apple Music. Yeah.
Wow. Wow, Adegail, it's been amazing having you in the house. I am sure you are always welcome to come back to us whenever you've got another track or even an event, because you said you do events, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can always pop by and, let us know about your events as well. Fresh Music Flavor would be more than happy to join you as well.
Oh, thank you so much. And thank you for having me.
No worries.
It's been a great interview.
No problem. Guys, we have had Adegail in the house, and we would like to thank her and to say to her, you know what? You are always welcome back on Fresh Music Flavor.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
No worries. We see you soon.
All right. Take care. Bye.
Bye. Fresh Music Flavor, the new sound of gospel.